Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. I ain't gonna be on here too long. Yep. Um, I don't usually do reaction commentary, but uh, man, this excuse me, this morning, these streets yesterday I've been watching, and man, oh man, these folks, brothers and sisters, I ain't got to name who it is, but she just can't stop making a mess. She just can't stop arguing and having a whole bunch of mess going on. Ooh wee. Well, I ain't got to say who it is, but everybody know. Everybody know who it's about. Brothers and sisters arguing and well, revealing, poking the bear. Just poke, poke, poke. Keep poking the bear, and everything. And I've been listening to it. Um, People, brothers and sisters argue, but darn, this is just going deeper and deeper. Every day it gets messier and messier. Every single day it gets messier and messier. Every day. But anyway, that I don't usually do it. But you don't just sit up there and you know, and I don't know, let out family secrets and all that craziness that goes on, and then don't expect nobody else to let your secrets out. I was listening, and I was listening and laughing at the same time, and thinking how crazy it is for all of this to happen. So it's it's oh Lord, it's about I guess it's 6:41 a.m. Ain't nobody up, but I said, you know what? I'm gonna try this morning. I don't like I said I don't usually do a reaction commentary, but this here is getting out of hand because one person got in her feelings and stuff. She know who she is, and everybody else know who it is. And is all I can say is, my, like Johnny Gill would say, my. All I can say is, my. You know. But anyway, I wasn't gonna say no names, but I am gonna say it. Peach McIntyre. Boy, she don't know how to let things rest. She just pokes the bear, and says, "Grr," and that bear's getting ready to go, "Grr," and snatch her butt up. Brothers and sisters argue, but they stand behind each other, and it doesn't matter whether you know, you're connected. It doesn't matter if your mother or father, whichever one it is not connected. But you don't rip the other one apart because maybe their dad was married to their mom, but your mom wasn't married to your dad. It's just crazy to me. It's just crazy. It makes no sense, and it just I can't understand it, cause. You know, we were my father's only two kids, my mom's only two kids, so ain't wasn't no major problem there, with me or my sister. We had the same mom and we had the same dad, but still in all, everybody's supposed to get along, you know, and you never ever, what you do, you never ever, disrespect your father and mother. I don't care what, because when you disrespect your parents, I was always taught that you never have any good luck. Your life will be in a turmoil. That's what I was told. That if you disrespect your mother or father, no matter what the situation is, you just don't disrespect people. Your parent. Everybody makes mistakes, but you know, so it's crazy to me. It's really crazy. It's really, 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 really crazy. So, like I said, I don't know. I've never been in this position because myself and my sister, we're my father's only two children. Married couple, married 9 years before they had their first child, and 19 years later they had their second child. So, and they are together. They were together until my mom passed away. I've never seen nothing like this, but I know brothers and sisters are supposed to get along and they're supposed to be there for each other when things go wrong. So that's how I was taught. I don't know how other people were taught, but that's how I was taught, you know, that you are there for your you were there no matter what, no matter what. Your sister is your sister. You know, I guess it depends too on how you were raised. You know, that's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming it depends on how you were raised or something, but then you reveal things about your mother? Because, whew, child, I just don't know. This thing got my mouth hanging open, you know. This thing got my mouth hanging open. It is crazy. It's crazy. It really, really, really is crazy, you know. So ain't nobody up this early in the morning, and I'm just, it's just crazy to me. The whole thing is crazy. A lot of stuff is coming out that you don't need. It doesn't need to come out, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can pull something up here. Wait a minute. Let me see. No, that's not what I want to do either. So let me see if I can add something more. Okay. Now. I can. say what I want to say. This mess with Peach and her brothers and sisters. Man, do you know how much I wanted a brother? I had one sister, but she was, you know, like like I say, it's a big gap between our age. Just the two of us. It was just the two of us, and I wanted to, I wanted a brother and sister, and I really didn't care. I wanted my father. If my father had children other than by somebody other than my mom, it wouldn't have bothered me. I just don't get it. And and the, the and then the cursing out of the mother and dragging the mother. And I joined Miss Tracy's channel and stuff. And you know, everybody is, everybody when they're younger ain't nobody perfect, myself included. I've made some dumb mistakes and things like that, but you know, no child is supposed to drag their mother, and that's a whole nother story right there. Because, um, girl, if that was my mama, if that was my mama, and I said the thing, I don't care what she did, and I said the things that Peach say to her mother, the name Peach called her mother and her grandmother, I'd have had my whole family. My whole family would have been on my head. I would never say that. The things that this girl says and stuff, and then she pokes with the sisters, and then she wonder why they don't want to be bothered with her, and then she calls people names out, calls the sister names out of the out of the ordinary names and stuff. I mean, it's just crazy to me. It is so crazy to me that this stuff goes on. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get the whole thing. I know there's people, men that have children on the outside, and I know that, people, they do, but whose kid gets up there and talk about they don't like their father, they hate him when he dead, he was dead to me anyway, and all that other craziness and stuff. All of that stuff is new. I sit and I listen because I ain't never heard nothing like that before. Never, ever, never in this lifetime have I ever heard anything as repulsive, as a child talking about their mother, especially their mother. And it's crazy to me. It's really, really, really crazy to me, you know. So it is so crazy to me. I have never, I have never heard it before. So, whew, I have never heard that before. Yeah, I'm just, you know, like I said, I just listen to a lot of stuff, and I don't knock anybody who does it, because some people, when you leave the door open, you you can't be mad if you leave your door open and somebody walks in your house. That's the way I'll put it. And especially when you got skeletons in your closet, don't try to pull the other one out thinking ain't nobody gonna say nothing to you, because they're definitely gonna say something. Yes, they are. They are definitely going to say something. And you may like what they say, and you may not like what they say, but they gonna say something. Oh yeah, they gonna say something. And and what they say, you may not like what they say, but they gonna say it. So you can be mad if you want to, or you don't like what they say. They'll sit there and relate. And it's sad when people have to have to rely on Facebook, TikTok, and all these social media platforms to get a paycheck when it's so easy to take your behind out and go get a job. It's so easy, you know. It's easy, and it usually is. Well, it was easy for me, but then again, if you can't read, and you know you can't read, and you don't even try to improve your lot and situation. And the worst mistake you can ever make is having a lot of kids trying to keep a man. There's so many issues on this thing, but anyway, I kind of diverted myself. Get these when you have your kids, when you have your kids to keep a man, that's sad. That's sad. But anyway, so I'm gonna be out of here. That's it for for now. Anyway, I'm just like I said. I have never, ever seen this. I always wanted to have a big family. To to you know to have a big family, but to come have brothers and sisters. Like I said, I have a sister. Mother and father were married for 50 years. Only time they separated was when my mom died, and two children. My mom didn't have any children by anyone else, and my dad didn't have any children. So I, you know, I'm sure there are things, things that happen that the outside people don't normally see, but to drag your um, mother, your father, or your siblings, even if you don't have the same mother, and then all your secrets come out because you don't know how to leave folks alone. It just, it just does something to me. It really does. So, um, it really does. So, like I said, it's crazy. Okay, it's crazy to me. I guess I'll never have an understanding. I always wish that I had, a large family, more than one sister, and I definitely wanted a brother. And no matter what my brother was, I would have accepted him. And my siblings, even if my father had other siblings, I would have accepted his siblings. Well, of course, I would have accepted my mom's siblings, if she had, you know. But anyway, like I said, you know, it's easy to sit and judge somebody when it's never happened to you, but dang, do you have to Peach, do you have to just poke the bear until people threaten that they want to kill you and stuff? I don't know. I got family members that got big brothers and sisters and stuff, that got sisters. And some of them only children, but they got cousins and stuff. And they was raised around their cousins and everything. So But I ain't never seen no mess like I seen with Peach and her family. And that cussing your mom out and calling your mama all kind of bees and calling your grandmama names. Lord have mercy. I have never seen nothing like that. Ooh wee. I could talk about this forever, but I'm not gonna do it. But like I said, I don't do usually do reaction commentary, and this ain't really a reaction. It's it, it's just a mess. That's my reaction to it. This is a mess. Peach got a miserable life. She ain't happy with herself, and it look like she want a whole family to be unhappy. Them people that moved on, including her mama, and moving on and trying to get their life together, working and whatever. So, child, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna hit this. I'll go back and look for some more, and I'll come back. Maybe I can piece this together and get some more understanding on this, because this is pure D craziness. If the this oh Lord, I can't even talk about it. I'm gonna end this. Everybody who sees this, have a good day, and love your friend, love your mother, especially your mother. Ain't nothing like a mother. My mother's been gone for almost 50 years, and I still miss her to this day. Right now, as I talk, and to see and hear somebody cuss their mother out and say the things they say and talk about their grandmother and say what they did and think they flexing by doing that. It just hurts me to my soul, my core of my soul. All right. Have a good day, everybody.